Hey folks, what's up, iyatee? So I got a big old black blade here. The grinding could have been much better. Because of the size of it, I'm having a hard time grinding it in the room that I have there. I can order a couple new wheels and do this a lot better. But and I got a flat spot right there a little bit. Hopefully it's going to nap through it. I don't know. I've never tried to fog nap through one that's this rough. It's kind of flat right there too a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. Feel like I need a little redemption after that deal yesterday with the coral point with the hole in it. Not sure this is going to get me my redemption or not, but okay. And this is not going to be easy to hold on to or any of that. And as far as the videoing goes, we'll just have to see how this goes. I've never videoed making a piece this big. It's 16 inches long, so have to bear with me, we'll figure it out here. And I was out of frame on some of that video, which just drives me nuts. I was thinking about not releasing that video because it's just such a cluster, but I do like to show that, you know, they don't, when something goes wrong, I easily show it because they don't all go right. And I watched the video and I put that point in my hand and checked it out, and I definitely, that point was so wide it was hanging over the back of the pad like this. And I just simply, I was putting pressure here as I was holding there, and I just snapped that whole corner off with these fingers right here. And definitely operator error. This has the potential of being just absolute beautiful blade. Ooh. Yeah, I short flaked that one, didn't I? I don't even know what happened there. That one helped get over there to it a little bit. That flake right there went, I'm trying to pay attention to this monitor, about 1 3/4 inches. The blade's so long that it's hard to get in the correct position. flake that one again. Flake scars look pretty though. Not exactly 100% even, but my grind job wasn't 100% even either. Ah, God, I'm going short here. Come on now. If I can make this one without breaking, it's actually going to be the largest blade I've ever made. It's hard to even get the whole thing in the camera. It's so big. So Netflix really screwed the pooch last night, didn't they, on that fight? I thought it was my internet, because very well the whole world's watching. There ain't much internet, but it wasn't. Everything else was working just fine. Just Netflix was obviously not prepared. So as much as I like streaming and stuff, I watched a lot of Tyson fights, just like everyone else back then. When Tyson was fighting, I was watching. I mean, you're old enough to remember that back then, which most of you watching, according to my analytics, are. And when Tyson was fighting, the whole world stopped to watch, you know. I mean, he was just something else. But, so whatever happened, I don't know, because I didn't finish it. I got so frustrated and got tired of it, and I don't know what happened with them. I don't know what happened with the girls fighting. I'm going to rewatch it tonight when my wife gets off work. We're going to watch it. So we don't know what happened. I'm trying to stay off Facebook, so I don't know what happened. I did catch one thing that someone said, well, that was disappointing, but that's what I expected. So I don't know what that means, and I don't want to know. So don't tell me in the comments what happened. But they really did crap the bed on that one. pretty cool. So I'm going to be doing another one of these in Novaculite. It's going to be the plan. After it comes out of the heat treat. So I won't do that one until I'm going to fog nap it also, and I won't do it until I order my other wheels. I think I'm going to order 2 other wheels that I think will be very helpful in the grinding process. Wow, man, that one shoved right through the glove. I think I'll be able to get a little better flaking when I can grind it just a little bit better. And again, these may not be available on the website when this video comes out. I don't know. We'll see. But they are coming. I do have to figure out the shipping also, because they're too long to fit in like a large flat rate box. I'm not sure. I don't know if they'll fit in a medium, one of the long, skinny, and medium flat rate boxes or not. If not, I might have to get one of the triangle type boxes the post office has got. But I got to figure out the shipping first too. Hoping to have a few Keokuk blades as well, but we'll see. Big old blade. I'm gonna go turn this edge and come back, and we'll flake the other side. Alright, we're back, and turn the edge. Yeah, I was feeling pretty good about that fight. I kind of had that same feeling I used to get when I used to watch Mike. And I remember, you know, it cost you $60 or whatever it was to watch a fight back then on pay-per-view. And I don't remember what it was, but it was something like that, $60 or $80 or something like that. Usually a bunch of us get together and go in on it or whatever, but a lot of those fights didn't last no time, just over in the first round, you know. But it was worth it to watch old Mike. He seemed unstoppable for a while. Then I think it had more to do with personal things in his life than anything. But despite all the things he had going on in his life, he was still a bad man. Alright, don't short flake them, Danny. My mind's going, don't grip it too hard, don't grip it too hard after that ordeal yesterday. At point, I mean, obviously it's broken, but it actually looks a lot better in person than what it does on the video. Gets a little bit flat right there. But this is the spot right here that I'm really worried about, because it does get, well, right there too. It's kind of pretty flat going across that. Not much convexity at all. Ooh, that went way short. Edge give up. I should be able to get it from the other side. Without much difficulty. Well, that one went. When you can get in position, like I am now, you can send them, boy. Better grinding would be more consistent flakes too. Alright, hold on, she stopped. Okay, apologies for that. I had to switch the saw over. It just finished. Cutting that slab. Come on now. Takes a pretty good while for them big pieces to run through the frog. I need to send this one pretty good. Hopefully get that to wrap around there. Alright, it came off there. Worried about that little spot. Now I gotta really sand these. I mean, really sand them. Got it. This preform started out 1/2 inch thick. I mean, it's obviously not 1/2 inch now by the time you get your grinding and stuff done, but it was exactly 1/2 inch. Which about 7/16 to 1/2 inch seems to be a pretty good number for fog napping these big blades. It's probably 3/8 thick or something like that, maybe a little bit thicker in the center. Not sure. It feels and looks proportionate how it should be for a blade this large. Not fog napping, just chipping it, I would probably do 3/8. That's just me personally. You could do thicker. I just have to make more passes. Big old blade right there. You could be the big kahuna sporting a blade that big at ceremony. Oh yeah. I just zoom way out so you guys can see this thing. Big, translucent around the edges. But we're going to finish the edges and see how she ends up. Pretty. Be right back. Alright, we're back. I actually sat down and I tapped it against the light. Oops. Tapped against the light and broke my very end of my tip off. Not much, just a little bit. Anyhow. Definitely a learning curve to grinding these big old blades. You wouldn't think so. You'd think, well, just grind it. And that's exactly what you do. But there is a little bit of a learning curve to, I suppose if you had the right equipment, which I've got good equipment, I just, I also have a big belt sander. All I need to do is a big wet belt sander, and I use that on part of this, and shaping it worked pretty good. I don't like that thing for, like, especially for agates, but shirts, it's just so slow. But for these I'm sitting in, it worked great for shaping, but then I went back to the wheel and put some flat spots on it because it's just so big, you know. I'm not sure exactly how we're gonna be here, but this is a Mike Tuff half dome pad, not the reinforced one. The reinforced one looks like this, and both fantastic pads. These three are by far my favorite. I use all three of them. I still use the long flat ones also, but depends on the application, I guess, is what I'm trying to say here. But these three are definitely my most used. Now that I've got them, I wouldn't want to be without them. Someone messaged the other day, go, well, you're not going to stop making your pads though, are you? I said, no, I'm not. Still going to be making those. Because I love them too. I'm having a hard time getting into position. Funny, I'm almost feel conflicted because I wanted to make one of these great big old blades like this, but I've been dying to make some little tiny bird points too, which I need to make a video doing that, I guess. Of course, since I turned the camera on, I probably won't be able to make one. I've successfully made every one of my made here lately has all been pretty successful. No hiccups, no problems, no nothing, but something about having the camera on, the distraction of talking to the camera and thinking about the whole process and all that stuff, that just makes it more difficult for some reason or another. I suppose eventually someday I'd probably just kind of be on cruise control and it'll just be just fine, but spot right there that's not cleared. See if I can get it off there just like that. got a little far down on the blade with the grinding here. As you can see. That's about a 1/4 inch down on the blade or so. Pretty cool piece though. Let's turn this light up any. A little bit. I don't know if that made any difference. You guys can tell any difference or not. I opened up that saw and I got oil all over my glasses, so I don't have a sink out here. Have to go in the house to wash my glasses off. Don't want to deal with that right at the moment. Let's see. I feel like I'm going to drop this thing. I should do something different here. Be just a bunch of picking, and then this side will be done. Just to clean this edge up a little bit here. don't want any little jaggedies sticking out. I just want a nice clean edge. Kind of like that. Alright, what did I do with my double pad here? There we go again. I didn't grind it properly. Pretty cool. Good old black obsidian. That's what all the artifacts we found out west were made out of for the most part. That may have had something to do with that they stand out like a sore thumb. Not like walking a creek and you're looking for brown tan arrowhead in a ocean of brown tan rock. All the rock was granite for the most part, and then there would just be black arrowheads and black debitage, and the stuff just stuck out like a sore thumb. Hard to miss it. I have purchased a couple of Alaska artifacts, which are harder to come by, it seems like. For the place that could be the weather just destroys things, but considering they could figure most people come through that direction, and they were there before they were anywhere else in North America, supposedly, I guess. A lot of artifacts, but that's mostly in southeast area of the state, and it's a rainforest, and the forest eats everything. The forest floor is probably, I mean, it's feet of moss. Tremendous amounts of rain, and that's a undetached flake right there. Like, there it goes. She gone. But anyways, it just doesn't seem to be a lot of them. Alaska's also a big place with very little of it, not a lot of it that's easily accessible. The bulk of the state is, to say rural would be an understatement. It's funny, when I got down here, people go, "Oh, you live out there in the middle of nowhere," and I thought, what are you talking about? We're like 15 minutes from town in a vehicle. just spent so much of my life in Alaska and out in the villages and stuff that when I'm thinking rural, that's what I'm thinking. Also been wanting to do another project video. I still ain't made it over to do the collection video where I showed that cobble chert I found over at the lake. I just haven't had a day off to do that. Any days off I've had has been taking my dad around to appointments, which my aunt took him to his last appointment. I think a lot of these ceremonial blades, I don't know if all of them or not, I really don't know, but a lot of them had a place in the center that you could hold them. They were like dulled down, or some of them were wrapped with leather or something like that. So if you make one of these, you could do that if you want. I'm not going to do that on this one. God, it got me bleeding. constantly bleeding. Hopefully I stayed in frame for most of this video. If I didn't, I probably just won't even upload it. Drives me nuts, but I'm sure it does you guys also. This don't need this probably, but it'll run underneath any of those little tiny flakes there in the center. And flipping beautiful, I think. Maybe that's what we'll title this video, making something beautiful. That is the biggest blade that I've ever made. Fog napping, percussion, or otherwise. For me to make a blade that large with percussion, I have to start with a pretty good sized rock, or I could start with a big percussion slab, I guess. That's a possibility. I'm not sure which side that I like the most. I don't know if I like that one the most or that one the most. Hard to tell. So this one's probably 15 3/4 now or something like that. That's exactly what it is. I lost that tip just a hair shy of 16. We'll call it 16. We'll pretend we're fishing. And 16 incher. Alright, well I appreciate y'all watching, and these are going to be coming to the website. I'll probably release this before they're on the website, because I don't know, probably won't be able to figure out the shipping until Monday. But I don't know, maybe it'll fit in that one box. I'll test it. If that's the case, and I'll probably put some of these on there. They are going to be a little more expensive by inch, because a lot of time goes into cutting those and getting them ready, and it takes an awfully big rock. So I mean, they won't be too outrageous, but oppositting it will be a little more affordable than a Novaculite, because getting a piece of Novaculite that's solid 16, 17 inches long is not very common. Most of it has a fracture or a layer or something in between there. But anyhow, I appreciate y'all watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Y'all keep napping.